Hi, I'm Paris, and I've reached a milestone here on my YouTube channel, 5,000 subscribers. I want to thank everyone who's watched my videos, and especially those who went and clicked subscribe so they could watch some more. I wanted to take this opportunity to update you on my YouTube plans as well as other plans in case you're interested, because I'm looking forward. Most immediately, next month will be 5 years since I climbed Guadalupe Peak, the highest point in Texas, which was quite an experience and nearly wiped me out on the way down. Well, I've decided 5 years, 5,000 subscribers, I'm going back. I'm going to do it again, but I now weigh 50 pounds less and I'm in much better shape physically. So I'm hoping it will take less than the 11 hours where I started very early in the morning, but I didn't get back down to my car till it was dark and I didn't have a flashlight. I'll remember to bring one this time, but I did have my phone. So it was quite the physical challenge, and the one thing now that I don't have that I had then was testosterone and the muscle mass that comes with testosterone. So it should be an interesting adventure. Which brings me to another topic. Ever since doing that climb, I've wanted a t-shirt that said, "I climbed the highest point in Texas, Guadalupe Peak." And I never really found one that I liked. So with the help of the person who does my thumbnails, Selene, she's designed the artwork and I've sort of done part of the layout. Anyway, I now have an Amazon merch on demand account where I am going to be offering this t-shirt that I designed that says, "I climbed the highest point in Texas, Guadalupe Peak." So hopefully Amazon will approve that design. Just uploaded it to them today. If they do, I'll be able to order one and I'll be able to wear it when I climb Guadalupe Peak and make that video next month. And before this video got published, I received my sample of my new t-shirt design for Guadalupe Peak. Let me show you. What a thing of beauty. Selene did an amazing job designing this shirt. Now I just need to go climb Guadalupe Peak again so I can sell some of these. Now I know that particular t-shirt won't be of much interest to most viewers here. Probably aren't too many of you in Texas. But getting into more hiking, mountain climbing, and this t-shirt idea, I ran across a fairly big group called the High Pointers. This is a club and a fairly large group of people who make a point of going to the highest point in each state. And you can actually sign up on their website and you can keep track of all the states you've been to the highest points. And I think you get a certificate if you get to all 50. Alaska and Hawaii are definitely the harder ones. But it's a whole thing and I wasn't even aware of it until recently. And now it's kind of hooked me in thinking, you know, I bet I could do that. Now, some of the peaks out west, you got to wait till the snow is gone or there's less snow. Some of them will be hard any time of the year to climb, but there's quite a few around Texas that aren't so challenging, but I can check off my list. And so after my Guadalupe Peak climb, I'm thinking to take maybe a couple weeks and go and do 10 or a dozen other states going to, I love road trips, so it's all fun and going, but I'll go and visit the highest points in each of those states. And if you're thinking, hey, I'd like to go along on that trip, well, you will. I'll be doing videos along the way on that. And I'll also be making and selling t-shirts for the highest points in those states as I visit them. So if I come through your state, I may actually have a t-shirt out there that you would be interested in. Haven't yet decided whether to go up Oklahoma, Nebraska, Dakotas, Wisconsin, and come down that way, or to go over more towards Tennessee and the states through there. But it'd be around 10, 12 states, whichever way I decide to go. Speaking of mountaineering, while I was doing my chemo, kind of spending lots of hours on the couch, while I was doing my proton therapy radiation, and I was up in Dallas for a couple months, had a lot of time on my hands, and I became kind of an armchair mountaineer. I just by chance got a book about climbing Mount Everest. Well, not about how to do it, but about other people that had done it. And that sort of pulled me in. And then I saw the TV series, several seasons worth of climbing Mount Everest. They went and showed how it works with different people, including Tim Mendez, and after his accident with the motorcycle, how he actually ended up getting up there. Anyway, really kind of pulled me in, and I kind of pulled my brother in, telling him about all of that. And then I watched 14 Peaks. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend it. Very inspirational, you can do anything kind of story of Nim's Die. And after watching that, then I got his book. And I read in his book, because I have no illusions of my ability to be able to climb Mount Everest or to do an 8,000 meter peak up in the Himalaya. I like to imagine it, but I'm not under any illusions about being able to do that. So that got me inspired too. And though I have no desire to climb anywhere that there are crevasses you can fall in, or avalanches that can take you for a ride, or doing technical climbing with ascenders and ropes up sheer cliffs, there is one mountain I found, and it was actually in Nims Dai's book, where he mentioned a mountain that he climbed before he got started with all the Himalayan peaks, a mountain that wasn't technical, but really gave him a run for his money. It was kind of mysterious. He didn't talk more about it in the book, but he mentioned the name of it, Aconcagua, and I thought, well, I'm going to look into that and see, because if it's not technical and it is a major mountain in the world and it gave Nims Dai a hard time climbing it, I might be interested in trying that out. And I've been thinking about this for a while. You may have heard me reference in a couple videos over the past few months about whether things would work when you get to 22,000 feet elevation. It's because that's how high Aconcagua is. It's located in Argentina. It's one of the 7 summits of the world, and the 7 summits are the highest mountain peak in each of the continents. So Aconcagua is not only the highest peak in North and South America, actually it's higher than Denali up in Alaska. It's the highest mountain peak outside of Asia. Now, I'm in no shape right now to be climbing the highest mountain outside of Asia, and even with training, I don't think I could manage it right now, because the Lupron side effects are loss of muscle mass and anemia, and you really have to be able to adapt to be able to function at those very high altitudes. And I'm already short on red blood cells and have a hard time building up the muscles to be able to do that kind of climbing. But looking into it, I developed a possible idea, because the timing just seemed to work out. My Lupron treatment is supposed to finish late this summer, and after it's been stopped for a month or two, everything should be going good again. I should be able to build up muscle. My red blood cell count should get back up into the normal range. And the climbing season for Aconcagua, because it's in the southern hemisphere, the summer there, the best time to climb it is right around January. So I thought, you know, these puzzle pieces could all fit together if I get off of the Lupron in September and I'm back up and going by the end of October, and I train really hard, I could go and climb in January. The other reason that's important is once I stop the Lupron treatment, it's anticipated that my PSA numbers will come back up some as my prostate begins working again. But what needs to happen for the cancer, all these cancer treatments I've had to work, is my PSA to come up some and level off and stay there. Now, it'll take a few months of them testing it to see that, but of course that's what we want to see: come up some, level off, and stay. If the numbers don't level off and stay, well, that indicates a number of unfortunate things, but one of which is they would probably put me right back on the Lupron. If I found out things had relapsed, I don't think I'd have much energy for going and climbing a mountain. But there's that time frame right after I go off Lupron for a few months while the numbers are coming up and things are getting sorted out, that I don't think there'll be anything definitive. So that's the time to go and do it. And if I have to go back on Lupron, well, at least I had a chance to go and do something amazing. And if I don't have to go back on it, even though I just came from 22,000 feet, the sky's the limit. So that's my crazy longer term plan for early next year, and my brother has very kindly agreed to go along with me to do that. He loves an adventure too, but we'll see what happens. You know, lots of stuff could happen this year, medically, financially. If everything goes smoothly, then my brother and I may be able to finagle a way to actually get down there and give that mountain a go. And of course, I'll be bringing you all along as well. And if any cancer treatment centers or mountaineering equipment manufacturers would like to sponsor our expedition, we would certainly be open to that. And I almost forgot to mention, I wanted to do something for my viewers, and so I have for you 5 videos in a row. After this video, I have 5 days in a row I'll be uploading There's some product review there. There's also some more personal stuff in there. So I hope you enjoy that. And for all the adventures of this year and the coming year that I told you about, you'll find them here too. Looking forward to a year's worth of high altitude adventures, and I'll see you just over that summit on the next review.
There are so many choices and you don't want to stress. You want your health food at home, receiving only the best. That's what we're here for. We give honest reviews. parristx.